The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Each Sunday during the 2016-2017 academic year, the Carson Newman Athletic Communications Department shines a spotlight on a current or former athlete or coach that looks to tell a tale that goes beyond the playing field. This Sunday's conversation features Carson Newman football assistant Tony Ierulli, who has put in 36 years of coaching experience at the collegiate level. Ierulli assists on the defensive side of the football for the Eagles, specifically with the linebackers. But the 57-year-old has coached just about every position on the football field and just about every level of the NCAA landscape over the years. The longtime football coach was named Division II's Assistant Football Coach of the Year in 2002 by the American Football Coaches Association as the defensive coordinator at Shippensburg University.
Well, part of it is this. It doesn't matter what level you're coaching. It's all about being able to be a good role model for the players that you coach and be a good example. And this is what Carson Newman is all about. You know, we want to make sure that we do a great job not only developing good football players, but also outstanding students, and most importantly, be able to develop their spiritual life as well. And so what I take from my coaching profession is trying to be a very positive impact to the players I've been associated with for the past 36 years.
One of Ierulli's stops along the way was at his alma mater, Marable College, where the longtime defensive assistant cashed in his experience for his first head coaching gig in 2003. Aside from being the head coach, Ierulli also served on the NCAA Rules Committee and as the college's acting athletic director for 9 years.
Being able to be a part in developing a program at the time that was trying to find its own way, and I believe we really achieved it. Same time being part of the Rules Committee, I was on the NCAA Rules Committee right at the time where we're starting developing all the targeting rules that you see nowadays that's going on in the NCAA. And so the committee that I was on for that 3-year period really was a very pioneer type of a committee that was able to develop a lot of these rules that we're seeing today.
One of Ierulli's former players at Marable College is now coaching alongside his mentor on the defensive side of the football for the Eagles. Assistant secondary coach Ryan Roche believes Ierulli has relaxed and really come into his own at Carson Newman.
He's kind of changed. He takes more relaxed and everything, and he's more, I wouldn't say involved with the kids, but he's just more hands-on and he's excited. You could tell sometimes when I was playing for him that he would be, just stressed out or something like that. So it's good to see him relax. But I tell you, I think him coming here and what Carson Newman, gives or offers kids and as well as faculty, the spiritual side has really done good for him as well as myself.
The Longboat Key, Florida native played an instrumental part in coaching 2 current NFL players during his time, while also making professional relationships with a couple of top-tier FBS football coaches.
One guy that comes out to my mind is John Kuhn, where he was our fullback when I was the defense coordinator at Shippensburg University. Of course, John now has become a legend up at Green Bay for his time. He was up there for 10 years and now is the fullback for the New Orleans Saints. Brent Grimes, who's now the cornerback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was, I believe he set the school record at Shippensburg, having 30 interceptions during a 4-year career. And just really, he was a guy that was an undrafted player and found his way by starting off in the NFL Europe for a year or two, then ended up getting hooked on with the not Tampa Bay, but with the Atlanta Falcons, and spent a lot of time at Miami. And he's now one of the premier corners in the NFL. I've also had a great relationship with Dabo Swinney many years ago when I was the linebacker coach coordinator over at Stanford University. I lived in Pelham, Alabama, and Dabo and I used to umpire Little League baseball games together for 2 years. And I've been able to, the last 3-4 years, go over to the Clemson football camp during the summers to be a part of and seeing the wonderful work he's doing with the players over there. And finally, Jimbo Fisher, when I was the defense coordinator at Salem College under our head coach Terry Bowden, who's Bobby Bowden's son, our quarterback for 3 years was Jimbo Fisher, who was an outstanding quarterback, great leader, and many of us are very proud of what he's been able to accomplish down at Florida State.
Longtime Carson Newman football coach Ken Sparks credits Ierulli's head coaching experience as a key asset to the Eagle coaching staff.
He's a guy that's for years has had to see the big picture, of being a head coach. And so he helps me with his perspective from a head coaching background, and it's fun to see what Tony has allowed the Lord to do in his life. You know, a lot of times when we get Tony's age, we get set in our ways, but he's still a learner, he's still a grower, he's still fun to be around as a coach, and he really needs to be a head coach someplace. That's the kind of talent that he's got, and I hope one of these days that door will open for him.
Through it all, Ierulli credits his family for their constant encouragement and for allowing him to follow his passion for all these years.
6 grandchildren. Of course, we're an Italian family, so you know that means we have a lot of children, a lot of meals, a lot of fun, and you know, just the tight knit of our family. I mean, that's what we've been very blessed at, and you know, being able to be married with Carol for the past, I believe 37 years. I mean, it's been a blessing, and it's all due to the fact that I've had a wife that's really been the rock and the foundation of our marriage, and that's my wife, Carol.
Ierulli's path has been a long and winding road, but the Carson Newman assistant certainly appreciates every step along the way. For CNEagles.com, I'm Eric Kane.